were scuffles at the event honouring Sarah Everard. Police had tried to cancel it because of lockdown rules. The Home Secretary says the scenes have been upsetting and she's demanding a full report. The Mayor of London says what the officers did has been unacceptable. Nadim reports.
They'd been warned not to come, but they were defiant. This crowd, women and men, rallied in South London, near where marketing executive Sarah Everard went missing. A serving police officer's now been charged with her abduction and murder.
I'm hurting for her and for every other woman and myself. It's so wrong, you know. It's not fair for any one of us. And it's not about hating people and hating the government. It's about making changes.
Sarah was last seen walking from a friend's apartment in Clapham to her home elsewhere in South London. A week after she disappeared, Sarah's body was found in Woodland in Kent, more than 80 kilometres away. The case has sparked a social media avalanche of testimony, many women detailing how they've spent their whole lives being subjected to abuse and having to be on guard. Since Sarah Everard's disappearance, women from all walks of life have come forward with their own accounts of how they've been harassed, followed, assaulted, raped. And many of them are saying that it's men that need to change their attitudes.
Because every single woman knows the feeling of being frightened. Whose responsibility is it? It's everyone's responsibility. The problem is that women have shouldered most of that burden up until now. And now men need to step up. Every single man needs to be a role model to our boys. They need to be a conscience, don't they, to their friends, to their colleagues, to their brothers, and most of all, they need to be an ally to women.
A recent study commissioned by campaign group UN Women UK reflects the disturbing reality. Over 70% of women of all ages had experienced some form of sexual harassment in public places. The figures were highest for the youngest respondents, with 97% of 18 to 24-year-olds experiencing sexual harassment in public. And despite all that, many women didn't think it was worth reporting incidents.
Over 95% of our respondents said that across the spectrum of incidents that they'd experienced, they had not reported all of the incidents that they'd been through and that had happened to them. So very few people are reporting. And that includes a spectrum of behaviours from what you might describe as milder sexual harassment, such as catcalling and wolf whistling, but also more serious assault, groping, being followed or coerced into sexual activity without consent.
Saturday's series of nationwide vigils was cancelled after London police said this event couldn't go ahead because of COVID-19 guidelines. In some places, people marked the event on their doorsteps instead, but they all sent the same message, asking those in power to take their abuse seriously and asking men to challenge each other. Nadim, Al Jazeera, London.